Hello, everyone. Welcome to In This Space, the podcast that will give you suggestions on what to do when you're not so sure of what to do. We have all been there, right? So each episode, we will highlight ways how you can earn money. We will also tell you about places that you can go, and we will tell you ways how you can live a transformative, thriving life. I'm your Triple T coach in travel, transformation, and thriving. My name is Sasha-gaye McTaggart-Francis, and I am the host of In This Space. Roxanne, in your own words, tell us a little about yourself, what it is that you do, where it is that you're located.
I am located in Kingston. My name is Roxanne Gordon. I am a personal tutor. I do reading with children from 3 years old up once they have reading challenges. And even if they don't have reading challenges, I still work with children who are beginning learners and who just need probably a little pep or extra work with reading. I do enjoy the river. Anything but at night, I absolutely love my friends and family.
Yes, amazing. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on another episode of In This Space podcast. In this section of The Earn, we have the privilege of speaking with Miss Roxanne Gordon, a passionate educator with over 10 years of teaching experience. Roxanne is a graduate of St. Joseph Teachers College and the founder of Kiddies Nurture Cottage. She focuses on tutoring young leaders and help them to develop strong reading skills. She loves the Lord, she loves going to the river, and she absolutely loves her friends and family. Roxanne, welcome to In This Space podcast. How are you today?
Thank you. I am doing well.
Thank you so much for agreeing to be a guest on our show. So, Roxanne, in your own words, how would you describe yourself? Just tell us your name again. Tell us where it is that you're located and what it is that you do.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Roxanne Gordon. I am located in Kingston. I am a teacher by profession. I absolutely love teaching. I do personal tutoring. I do reading with children from ages 3 and up.
So when did you know that you are supposed to be doing what it is that you're doing now? When did you know that you were supposed to be an educator? Did something happen in your life that's saying, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life?
Yes, absolutely. My journey is interesting and long, but I'll make it as short as possible.
No problem.
So I was working at Porter Center for Knowledge as a teacher's assistant in kindergarten 5 for 5-year-olds. In that moment, and I'm talking about my journey now as Kiddies Nurture Cottage business owner, as an educator, I think I was a child, I knew I wanted to teach. Just picture me around the back, teaching the wall and the stones. I knew from then that I wanted to be a teacher. But where reading is concerned, this started at Porter Center for Knowledge. When I was in K5 teaching reading, they have an awesome curriculum. It's called Abeka, where their reading curriculum breaks down the reading totally different from how Jamaicans do it. We use our curriculum in Jamaica. It's different. I took a group of students, and while working with them, the curriculum makes it easy, but I put a spin on it. I gave them competitions. I made games for them, and the children love it. They became excited. I became excited. And when I saw the results that came from that class, in that moment, I remember I went home and prayed and asked the Lord, how could I turn this into a business for myself? And from that, I created the name Kiddies Nurture Cottage. When I had my first set of students, I did not have a space. I took them to Hope Gardens and created the games. The children came, they had a wonderful time, and at the end of it, they wanted to come back. And even though they were having fun, reading was still happening. So that's how I started, in truth and in fact.
And this was this year?
This was 2019.
2019.
2019.
Okay, so it's still the COVID period, which I'm realizing that there's a trend that a lot of businesses are actually starting during that COVID
During that
period.
time, yes.
Yes. So you were overseas during that time?
No, actually, I was in Jamaica.
Okay. It's just because I wasn't familiar with that name. So I thought that that institution that you were mentioning was overseas.
Oh, no. Porter Center has been around for quite a long time. Okay. Yes, it has. It has.
In Kingston, Jamaica?
In Kingston, Jamaica. They're located at Windsor Avenue.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Amazing. I'm glad that you had experienced that. And then from that pleasurable experience, you say, this is what I want to do.
Absolutely. And
amazing.
They truly do have some awesome teachers. They taught me all that I know and made me the teacher that I am today.
So they were amazing role models.
Amazing role models.
Amazing.
It's okay if you don't know it. We're going to work it out together without you to try. SN says, Snap. Very good.
What determines whether someone succeeds or fails in the early childhood education? What would you say determines the success of that person?
And this is personal. When I saw that question, I took it so personal because in every career, one of the things you have to do is be passionate about what you do. You have to be passionate and love what you do. That's truly what I believe makes you successful, because you cannot just decide that, okay, you can decide in truth and in fact that, okay, as a teacher, I want to do personal teaching, or I'm going to just do extra work outside of what I normally do as the norm. And then when situation comes arise, say for instance, you have some parents, and trust me, a lot of persons think that, or I truly believe they think that teaching is a walkover. Have you ever heard persons saying, oh, you're a teacher, that's easy, you can't do what I do? I've heard that so many times, and truly, in truth and in fact, it's not. It's hard work. We plan a lot. When we come home, when we leave the children and come home, we're still working, we're marking, we're setting things for the children tomorrow. You have to be passionate about what you do. If you're not, you're going to want to give up. You are truly want to give up. Because as I said, in every career, in every aspect of life, if you are not passionate about what you do, and it's close to my heart because I absolutely love what I do, I'm passionate about it. When a parent entrusts a child to me, I go above and beyond to ensure that my student is successful. That's how I come up with the games and make it fun. I build relationships. I motivate my students and build their confidence. I am truly passionate. And to be successful as an educator, in truth and in fact, that's what I would say. You have to be passionate about what you do and love your job.
And the success comes from their interaction. So the children's feedback, what you get, that's what makes you successful.
Yes, it does.
So once it is that they are happy, once it that they are confident, as you say, once it is that they receive that lesson,
yes,
then you are successful as an educator.
Absolutely.
And you are passionate about what it is that you are doing, because that is what I know for a fact. I know that for a fact, that if it is that you do not possess that passion for what it is that you're doing,
yes,
you will not be successful.
You will not.
Because every morning that you get up, you have to push so hard. You have to push so hard just to get up, just to do the work.
Yes.
So if it is something that you don't want to do, you're not going to be successful at it at all. So you are so correct, Roxanne. If someone is interested in doing what it is that you do, which is you're an educator in early childhood, if someone is interested in doing that, what would you say that they should focus on in their first 90 days?
In their first 90 days, I went over this question, and I look at it from two perspectives. Well, not two perspectives, in truth and in fact. If you want to be, and this is what I would say to somebody who wants to do it. If you, let me use the example. If you want to do personal tutoring like how I am doing now, perfect your craft. But the first thing I would ask them, are you passionate about what you do? Do you love your job? Do you love teaching? Yes. If your answer is yes, then my second question will be to you, what area are you passionate about in that part? Okay, say for instance, you are a math teacher, you enjoy teaching math, right? Just as how I enjoy teaching reading, you enjoy teaching math. Perfect your craft. In every area, every career, just the same, you have to perfect your craft. You are going to teach students. When they come to you, you want to be one of the best math teacher, reading teacher, biology teacher. It doesn't matter the subject, but perfect it. You go do your research, get your games, create them. If you don't even want to create them, there's so many things nowadays that can help you to create them. You have ChatGPT, you have Pinterest. Go on, do the research, create your games, create your lessons, make it interactive and fun for your students, because that's how you're going to be successful. In those 90 days, figure out what you do, what you like, what you enjoy teaching, perfect your craft, and trust me, you will absolutely be successful.
That's great advice, Roxanne. And if someone listening right now, you want that more free and fulfilling life, because this show is about thriving.
Yes.
It's about loving what it is that you do and to just be your best, your very best self. And so if someone wants to have that free, fulfilling life, what is one courageous step that they should take this week?
One courageous step that I think they should take this week is a quote that, it's not a quote. Someone said something to me. I was on a prophetic live once and my name came up. And the person said, Roxanne, the Lord said that you are to do it afraid. And when she said it, I was like, wow, the Lord, you know that I'm fearful. And fear is something that I struggled with. Let me say struggled, because it's a thing of the past. One thing I know is that fear will cripple you and it will keep you in place. I will totally encourage someone to do it afraid. You may not know what the results will look like. You're not sure where you're going to end up or what it's going to be like, but step out in faith and do it afraid and trust the Lord that He's going to have your back and He's going to open that door or doors for you to be successful.
Wow. It's so funny because, well, maybe the audience doesn't know, but there are times when I do share a message at my church. And yesterday I shared that same message, moving without fear.
Yes.
Do it afraid.
Do it afraid.
So that is amazing advice, that do it scared.
Yes, please. Do it scared.
Do it scared. So thank you so much, Roxanne, for this interview. It really was a pleasure, and I did learn a lot, and I saw your passion about teaching. Yes. I saw your passion for the little ones, and I have seen videos of Roxanne in her element. Roxanne does an amazing job with the little ones. I mean, I was saying to her that, Roxanne, I can't wait to have a little one for myself, so that I am just going to have you teach them to read. I said that to you, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did
so
have that
if it is that you have a young child, 3 years and older, and they want to, learn how to read, learn how to perfect their skills, send them to Kiddies Nurture Cottage. You won't regret it. So thank you so much for joining us on another episode of In This Space podcast. Stay tuned for the room. Have you ever wondered or questioned your identity? If it is that someone asks you who you are, would you be able to answer them? Travel Journal, What Does Travel Teach You? It's a journal that will help you to discover your identity, mindset shifts, and personal development. Traveling is not limited to only booking a flight or going on a cruise. Once it is that you move from one destination to the next, you have traveled. And in that journey, you can learn so many things about yourself or about others. Traveling builds your character, and traveling teaches you critical skills like money management skills, time management skills. And in learning that, your mindset will shift and you will develop personally. So get the best travel companion, travel journal, What Does Travel Teach You? It is available on Amazon for US $15 paperback and on Kindle for US $10. You can also purchase your copy of this journal at Books and CDs, the bookstore located at the Norman Manley International Airport. Travel Journal, What Does Travel Teach You? Is written by me, Sasha-gaye McTaggart-Francis. Get your copy today. Sgmf Travel Services, Sgmf Train and Coach is hosting their first couples retreat November 2026. My marriage, my blessing. We are inviting all married couples, all engaged couples, all couples that are in love and wanting to see their marriage go to that next step, that next level. How it is that you can reach 30, 40, 50 years in marriage. Come to our couples retreat, My Marriage, My Blessing, to be guided by experts in the love department. You will also be catered to by the Couples Tower Isle All-Inclusive Resort. Our first 30 guests will get a catamaran cruise to the iconic landmark in Jamaica, Dunn's River Falls. So, come. Let's be a part of this significant event. This event that will let your marriage, your relationship grow and blossom. November 27 to 29, 2026. And the cost is US $995 per couple. US $995 per couple. That is 160,000 Jamaican dollars per couple. We also have a payment plan in place. Our first payment is due in April, second payment in July, and our last payment in September. So save and be a part of our couples retreat in November 2026. See you there. Let's go to Dominican Republic. DomRep was so great that I had to go twice. The first time that I went to the Dominican Republic, it was for my anniversary celebration, and we stayed at the Grand Sirenes Punta Cana Resort. It was an amazing resort. That resort made me know luxury. I mean, the Spanish, they know how to treat a lady. They know how to treat a man. And if it is that you want that affordable, all-inclusive experience in another country other than the amazing Jamaica, then DomRep is the country to go. There are several affordable, all-inclusive resorts located all over the region of the Dominican Republic. Now, if it is that you want to have adventures, DomRep is also the place to go. You can do zip lining, you can do horseback riding, you can do ATV, you can do the underwater activities. I did an excursion called Scuba Doo, where I was riding a bike underwater. And would you believe that I crashed underwater? Leave it to Sasha to crash underwater. Unfortunately, I crashed in a coral. But the experts under the water with me, they fetched me from the coral and put me back on the road in the water. But it is an experience that I will never forget. The second time that I went to the Dominican Republic, I went with a group, and it was actually a couples retreat. So we went to Iberostar, and Iberostar did not disappoint. So you have the same familiar brands like Iberostar, Breathless, Secrets, all those brands that you know in Jamaica, they are at the Dominican Republic. So if it is that you want that all-inclusive experience, you want to go to the Caribbean, DomRep is the place to go. See you there.
Here's your triple T quote. With Christ in the vessel, you can smile at the storm. There are many of us facing storms today. Some of those storms might be financial. Some of those storms might be a physical storm where you have an illness or a disease or an ailment. You might have lost a loved one recently, and you might say, how is it that I can overcome? What is it that I can do to just survive and to just show up? I'm telling you today that once you have Christ in your vessel, that vessel, this body, this temple, once you invite Christ in your home, once you have a relationship with Christ, He will allow you to smile in the storm. He will let you get back up when it is that you are down. So, with Christ in the vessel, you can smile at the storm.
We're now at the end of this show, In This Space podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'd like to thank our sponsors, FS Media Production, Sgmf Travel Services, Sgmf Train and Coach, G2 Global Trading Company Limited. Thank you all for being on board with us in This Space podcast, the show that tells you what to do when you're not so sure of what to do. See you next Saturday.